Oh, fuck. Alright, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. I have put something in the background over here. There's no need to leave it black like that. Testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3, testing 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna change up the background a little bit. I need to change things up. Things are getting stale here. Somebody asked about a castle. When you taking this to your castle the other day, so I should do that. Oh, Larry, what's up? How's it going? How you doing? Who's here? Who goes here, huh? Oh, man. My schnoz is bothering me. Something's making it bothering my nose. I don't know what it is. This will probably be the only Dragoncon broadcast I'd have for TikTok, so I might as well get on TikTok. I had an experience today that kind of put a bitter taste in my mouth. I should import the the only photo that was taken from the panel. No need to fear Kadeema's here. Yay. Hey, what's up? How's it going? What's good, bro? Burger Planet always on. Zay, what's good? What's up? How's it going, Rao? Larry, what's good? What's up? How's it going? How you doing, Rao? Okay. Okay, maybe this weekend I can arrange something. Yeah, I'm not used to doing streaming and VR chat in public worlds, because in private worlds that was an entirely different environment and setup. I'd never done it in a public world before, so that would be some getting used to. I suppose that, yeah, I could have I would just probably have to check the chat every 5 to 10 minutes or so using the virtual desktop. That's probably how it would have to go. My life is going good. Somebody's making my nose act up and I'm all, like, full of snot. I sneezed like several times upon walking in the house. Oh my god. Yeah, I had to go shopping. I had to put some groceries away, so that's why I'm on so late. I had to do some shopping, and earlier today, I was able to organize a video call even though I was busy to get some Dragoncon footage from my content partners. So this is pre-recorded Dragoncon footage from earlier today. I was only able to organize a video call. Unfortunately, I've been trying to organize streaming it, but it's always at a time where I would not be able to engage well with the chat because of the different time zones, Eastern Standard Time. And do you like Fabio Dracul? I have no idea who that is. 8-foot mommy. Yeah. Hey Queen. Hey, what's up? How's it going? How you doing, Raul? I had a bad experience say in one particular part of Dragoncon that I need to talk about. I need to discuss it, but I want to get a picture in here first before I discuss it. And I want to also open up the TikTok stream for a little bit just because this will probably be the only Dragoncon related TikTok stream. Eight-foot queen. Alright, look at it, killer queen. Killer, she's a killer queen. Guaranteed to blow your mind anytime. Recommended at the price station for what's that? Wanna try? Dun da 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 da. Yeah, I know they do move really fast. That outfit turns me on. What outfit? The one that I'm wearing, or like is one of the cosplayers on the crowd? I'm going to A4. These are my pants of your I see. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Hello, Billy. What's going on? How's it going? How you doing, Raul? And the Brian Bristow in it. Brian Bristow in it. What? Oh. Oh, crap. I love how James Worley still thinks he's relevant posting some non-content streams after 8-Foot gets posted. Nonsense streams like we're gonna go watch a guy filming pavement. What the fuck, a guy filming pavement? Have you ever been blank? You should be. Did you get any clips for the archive at Dragoncon? Yeah. Yeah, like look up above here. Yeah, like look to the right here. When I went to Dragoncon once, you want to hear the story? Yeah, sure. I have a story as well about Dragoncon. I had a bad experience with one particular part of Dragoncon that I want to share, but I have to get some photos up here first. Well, I have to get a photo up here first, but I didn't actually go there though. I'm experiencing it from a distance from Los Angeles. I'm experiencing it kind of in a virtual way. As soon as 8-Foot Mommy goes live, instant notification. OG Geezer is trying to hook up with you, 8-Foot Beast. What? What? Hey. Wow. What? Oh. Oh. Oh my god. I'm about to go live on TikTok for a little bit. It won't be too long. Because this is probably the only Dragoncon related stream I'll have on TikTok. Oh my god, I keep mistyping Dragoncon. I can't type. We can't type for nothing right now. My chat's starting to move pretty fast. This is crazy for how late it is. When I was at Dragoncon, oh, I have to be careful because I'm streaming on TikTok now. I was in the urinal and someone saw. Oh, what the? And they made an exhibit for it in the main hall. It was built to scale. It had shooting flames. That sounds like a good story, man. OG Geezer just wants the 8-Foot basketball player. Oh well, I can only stroke for 20 minutes. What? What? Your pictures of your OnlyFans, okay? Well, I'm dragon size too, man. Of the exhibit they built, oh my god. Huh? That's amazing. Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to talk about stories that I had. Oh yeah, there was a part at Dragoncon that I had kind of a bad experience. Like posted IP2 chat. Well, I have a Patreon, so that's like on my website, efootbeast.com. So, oh shoot, I actually have to verify my identity, or they're gonna suspend my account. Oh my god, I have to do that this week. Hey, what's up? How's it going? How you doing, Raul? You seem zesty. Are you Krog? Well, I'm biased, so that should probably tell you enough already. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I know what that is, Krog. I kind of know what that is. So, yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, what the hell? I mean, calling right out as gay, sure. What the hell? Or calling right out as gay. That's what it is. Yeah, sure. What the hell? Fair enough. I could sense it. Even if you get that. Yeah, there's a Dragoncon experience that I want to talk about, but I'm just getting to download the images. I need to download the images. Oh yeah, that's right, I dealt with the images, okay. I know. I want to get past this, I gotta talk about this. Okay, so there was this panel at, gosh, where am I gonna put this? Oh my god, I don't know where to go with this shit. Maybe I'll just pause. Forget it. Alright, there was this panel called, okay, I'll just put it there, it seems like that would be good. I'll put it right here. There was this panel called, Blinking Beasties at Dragoncon, and my content partner had went on my behalf because I couldn't make it to Dragoncon. So again, this was the panel, Blinking Beasties. Here's all the information because I took a screenshot on the Dragoncon app. So, there was something not cool that happened at this panel, unfortunately, that I wanted to briefly touch on it real quickly. Yo, I'ma go. Malcolm in the Middle East. I didn't even know you were here. Hey, what's up? How's it going? How you doing? I had no idea you were even here. Malcolm in the Middle East. Okay, so I'm gonna finish my story. There was something not cool that happened at this panel. Oh, don't worry, it's not gonna be that long of a story. I should probably put this below my character off with it. I want all the information to be visible with both speakers and everything. So, basically, to make a long story short, I found out the hard way that I don't know if it's true necessarily with all of the panelists who run this panel, all the panelists that host this panel, but they had an issue with my content partner promoting my material on my behalf. They had an issue with basically the issue was that just even showing the panelists my comic strip was unsolicited art, because I have these comic strips that I like to basically I like to have prospective people who would be interested, like people who I think would be interested, specific people. I like them to be able to have my comic strips, so then hopefully they'll go to my website or go to my social media and check me out, and that has happened in the past because these comic strips have been handed out at Dragoncon and various other conventions for years to people who seem like they would be interested. They're not just being handed to random people. So they're at the end of the panel, they were like, yeah, you can come and talk to us. And there was this line. So my content partner waited in that line on my behalf and had my comic strips with all my information on it with my website and everything, and he finally went up there and like handed it to them for them to see, and they were like they were just like totally freaked out for the most part. I mean, I heard one person say like, oh, I'll show it to everybody, but I don't know if that was somebody from the panel, because my content partner told me after this happened that I was on the call when it happened. My content partner told me that they were very uncomfortable and that they didn't receive my work well, and that they viewed it as unsolicited material, basically like, I didn't ask to see your work, therefore we can't see your work because I didn't ask to see your work. And that's just, I've never encountered a problem with that before. I just think that that sounds really pretentious. I don't know if that's their intention, is to be pretentious, because one of them was going on about like how, oh, I've gotten sued before, Like, just because you just because you saw my comic strip, you're gonna go on a rant about how you're afraid of being sued and how you've been sued before. Like, that, yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, you know. It's, but I heard it's because they have, like a lot of celebrities and whatnot have contracts that basically you can only go through their agent to contact them. You can only go through their agent to show them work. Hey, what's good? What's up? How's it going? How you doing, Raul? So they have in their contracts, a lot of celebrities have in their contracts, and public figures have in their contracts that they cannot see, they cannot see your script or your work without you going through their agent first. And they thought that like I was trying to pitch them a script through my comic strip, which is totally not true. I just wanted to show them my work and what I do. But I found out the hard way that this panel, Blinking BCs, is basically a big market. It seems like a big marketing play for authors to promote their stuff. I mean, it is a fantasy literature panel. It says on the bottom here as a fantasy literature panel. But I learned the hard way. It seems like it's only a panel for authors to promote their books. And any other side discussions that they have about the subject of monster love, so to speak, is really kind of an extra, because this whole panel seems to be about authors promoting their books, and the whole purpose seems to be for authors to promote their books, and they're not very receptive to someone like me who is also doing work in the genre of monster love. I've had a plethora of work. I've had so much work in this genre of monster love and monsters. I've done so much work in this genre, but I haven't written any books. But it's been about, like, I've done comics, I've done music, in this whole social media, I do this whole persona. I do a monster. You know, I'm a monster character. I roleplay my own monster character. And I just was irked by the way they reacted. Like, I heard it on the phone, and I talked to my content partner, and he said, yeah, they didn't like it. My content partner said the panelists did not really like my work. According to my content partner, the panelists didn't like my work. They didn't receive my work well. And I thought, you know, being a monster love panel, that they would be really cool with it. I thought that it would be something that they would receive really well, because they're my target audience and everything, you know, they're the right target audience. I thought that it would be right for them, but it turns out that what it really is that the whole purpose of the Blinking BCs panel at Dragoncon is to promote their books and their work, and they're gonna shut you out. It seems like they're gonna shut you out if you dare to show them your work, or that you too are a fellow monster creator or monster love creator, or you too have work in that genre or in that field. It seems like they're eager to shut you out. That's what it seems like. I got the impression that they're eager to shut you out if you're not them, because it's a conflict of interest, because they do this Blinking PCs panel to promote their work and promote their books. So that was the impression that I got. I would love to be told otherwise. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, what? I would love to be told otherwise. I would love to be told that this is just a big misunderstanding. But then my content partner tells me that, yeah, they basically didn't like it, and that it made them feel uncomfortable, and that they viewed my comic strips as unsolicited material just because he tried to show them. He tried to show the panelists my comic strips and my work, and that I'm also a fellow monster love creator, so to speak, that I create a lot of work in the same genre, and the genre is highly resonates with me. But anyhow, you know, the whole thing with the monster love stuff originated with horror anyways. I mean, come on, really? I mean, these authors, I don't know who they are. They're not big celebrities. It's like, you're not big celebrities. I just never expected to have that kind of reaction. It's like, you're not big celebrities. I mean, you're published authors, but you're not celebrities. Like, come on. It's just, there was a nicer way to handle it, I think. I didn't like the way they handled it. There was a nicer way to handle it. And I heard one of them had scoffed at my comic strip. I heard one of them had cringed at my comic strip and cringed at my work. And yet you're doing like, I thought that you wouldn't have a problem with it because you're doing Monster Love books. Why would you have a problem with this? Why would you not like this? And it's because it's like, and I realized, I was like, oh, because it's not your work. Only your work is good enough. Nobody else's work is good enough. Only your work. It's about you, and it's about your work. It's about you, and it's about your work, and no one else's work is good enough. You're not open to like a small content creator, a small creator trying to like, you're not open to a budding creator. You're not open to competition. You're not open to alternative viewpoints. It's about you and your books and your literature. And it just really disappointed me that they're so narrow-minded that, yeah, it's a fantasy literature focused panel and they don't want anything else. They don't want comics, they don't want music, they don't want anything else. But it's basically, I got the impression that this is a fantasy literature panel to promote their literature. And Boinky Beasties is a very fun panel. The audience is awesome. The audience receives me well. The audience receives my content really well. The audience is down with me. The audience doesn't have any kind of issue with me or my content. And they like my comic strip. You know, the audience for Boinking Beasties really likes my comic strip. And they receive me well. But I guess I'm just seeing it as an outsider or competition, conflict of interest. And I really cannot stand pretentious people like that. I cannot stand pretentiousness. I cannot stand it. People who are assholes, I can't stand it. The pretentiousness, I cannot stand pretentious people. I can't stand it. I'm like allergic to that. Ew, get away from me. I don't like it. You know, and I never encountered that kind of problem before with, I never encountered that kind of problem before because a lot of celebrities have, there's a lot of celebrities who have seen my comic strip. There is a lot of celebrities who have been handed my comic strip, and I've never had a problem. Especially at horror conventions, I've never had a problem. I've never had this kind of reaction. I've never had anybody cringe at my work or like show dislike. I mean, I've had people show disinterest, but not like, oh, I don't like it. Like out and out with it, like, oh, I don't like it. I've never had that before. And I mean, it's okay if you don't like it. I mean, speak your mind. Don't give me no BS. I mean, I like somebody who's a straight shooter who has like a no BS mindset. That's fine. You know, don't tell me what I want to hear. But I heard that I heard like one of them cringed at my comic strip. And I was like, so I have totally different feelings about this panel now as a result. I had a negative experience at this panel, and now I just have a totally different perspective on this Boinking Beasties panel. I used to think to myself, like, maybe one day I could be a part of this panel, like maybe one day I could be a part of the discussion, but not now. I mean, I know what this is really about. This seems like a big marketing ploy to just promote their books. I think it should be, my opinion is I think it should be a general Monster Love panel, but I could see that it is a fantasy literature panel, so I can see why it is a marketing play, so to speak, to promote their work or their books. Like, I could see why, but I think it should be a general Monster Love panel where we have like a little bit more than just that. I mean, they do have a partnership with one particular website that is outside the literature realm. And that's like the only thing, but it's just, yeah, I really think it's, I mean, but now I understand where I stand and what their perspective really is, because they have a problem with unsolicited material or unsolicited work. I didn't ask to see your work, therefore you can't show me your work, because I didn't ask to see your work. Really, like, I think that's really pretentious. That's incredibly, like, just so impersonal, like just so cold, so impersonal. I don't like it. I understand, like, in some cases, you don't want to be pretentious, but you have a contract and you gotta abide by your contract terms. And part of your contract states that you can't, like, receive unsolicited work. They have something in your contract about unsolicited work and you're a celebrity or whatever. There are nicer ways to go about it than to just than to just like be like, oh, I'm afraid of getting sued, oh, I got sued, I mean, that was one thing, but then for, one of them to scoff at it and just be full on uncomfortable and to cringe, like, honestly, like, I know that a lot of people frown upon self-promotion, and I think that's part of the problem is they're like, oh, you're self-promoting, that's not okay. We frown upon that. Well, guess what? If you have a problem with self-promoting, make a rule. Announce it. Make a rule and announce it. Okay, if you have a problem with that, announce it, make a rule. I mean, it was a comic strip, okay? It was a comic strip. It did have my website on it. It did have, like, it had my credentials on it. But it's a comic strip. It's not some, like, it's not just a straight up flyer. Flyering is definitely, if it's just a flyer, that's definitely a problem. That's not okay. I understand flyering's not okay, but it's a comic strip. It's being handed to a limited number of people. And I'm a small, like, kind of a small artist here, yeah, I'm a small artist. I still am. It's like, I'm like, yeah, it's just, I felt irked by that, and it felt personal to me, and I felt irked by it. And it really bothered me, and it really bothered me because I never had that kind of experience before, and it makes me think twice before just telling people that I'm a creator, telling people that I'm an artist. It makes me think twice because like so many people frown upon self-promotion. It just makes me think twice. It makes me think twice now because there's so many people. There are other people too who are frown upon self-promotion and frown upon, unsolicited material. I mean, there's other people who are not celebrities who frown upon that. So it just makes me think twice now before doing that. That's why I really try to feel people out to see, like I try to, like, spend some time with people first, have a conversation. I don't just say, like, here's my comic strip. A lot of times I talk to people and see if they would be receptive to it, but unfortunately this panel was about ready to close down. They had a long line to speak with the panelists, and they had a really long line. They were about to shut down, so maybe they were just, probably part of it is maybe they were feeling, I don't know, well, I'm not gonna be so forgiving about that, about them, they're gonna shut down. No. I heard one of them scoffed at my comic or, like, cringed at my work, and then one of them goes on a rant about, oh, I'm afraid of being sued. I've been sued before. What? Just because my content creator just because my content partner or I myself shows you my work and just says, like, hey, what's your reaction to my work? I just wanted to tell you that I'm an artist too, and I would like to show you my work just casually, just because I want to show you my work. I'm not trying to pitch a script to you. I'm just showing you my work casually. I don't want you to use my work. I'm not trying to pitch a script for you. I'm not trying to get you to use my word. I'm not trying to get you to pay me, like, oh my god, it's just casually. I just casually want to show your work because I like this panel and I like what you do. And I like that you're writing Monster Love books, so I just want to show you my work because I like that you're writing Monster Love books, and I'm not trying to, it's not like with the intent to pitch a script. I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm not trying to, like, Oh my god. But yeah, I just feel it. Everything is so transactional, so business-like. When their whole personality is transactional, when their whole personality is business and transactional, turn off. But I basically, what I took away from that conversation, what I took away from this experience is that the whole Blinking Beasties panel at Dragoncon is about promoting only their work, only their books, and you're never going to like get them to like promote a smaller artist or talk about somebody else's work because it's a conflict of interest. It's like I just realized how much of a corporate marketing ploy this actually is. And I just really like disappointed that something that should be a diverse monster love panel is just it's a marketing ploy to it's like only for promoting their books. And I get it's a fantasy literature panel, but it should be more diverse. It should be a lot more diverse. And actually have room for small creators, like actually be welcoming, like actually like be a place where someone who's a small creator can network. I mean, like that's just, I'm sorry, it's just, yeah, it's not, I don't know what to say. Cheeseburger yummy. Hey, what's up, Leon? How's it going? How you doing, bro? I have a story that I wanted to tell. I had my first negative experience with Dragoncon. Oh, I mean, I still love the fact that this is a monster love panel. I mean, this is more along the lines of constructive criticism. I'm not intending to like do any kind of like libel or anything like that. This is what I was told through my content partner. This is based on what I heard on the phone. You know, then again, there could be a misunderstanding here, but they just didn't seem very welcoming towards. They're not very. I get the vibe that the Blinking Beasties panel is like, at least the panelists for this year. I don't know about last year, because last year the panelists were glad to pitch their email, but the panelists for this year are just not very receptive to unsolicited work. And I would infer that generally the Blinking Beasties panelists are not very receptive to unsolicited work or smaller creator or anything that's outside of their books or their literature. And I think that I'm disappointed for a Monster Love panel. It should be a lot more diverse, and I'm disappointed that it is what it is. You know, that it's basically a panel to promote my books, your books, so to speak. It's a panel just to promote books and books from certain authors. It's like really I think it should be a lot more diverse. That's all I'm saying. Is I think it should be diverse, and I think it should be a welcoming place for smaller artists, smaller creators. I think it should be welcoming. I don't think that other people's work should be viewed as like a conflict of interest. I don't think that other people's work should be unsolicited work. I think they should be happy to see other people's work. It just doesn't seem like it's a very welcoming environment. And I would go even further to say, like, I would question like how inclusive of an environment they're actually fostering here. You know, are they even fostering an inclusive environment here? Like, I don't know. You know, I mean, I will go no further than that. But yeah, that's my first negative experience with Dragoncon, and I definitely have different feelings about this the panelists like who run it. I definitely have different feelings about this than I did before. Because I actually had wanted to contact them last year and tell them like who I was and that I loved their panel and stuff, and but I'm glad I didn't, because I probably would have gotten no response. Or something like that. I probably would have gotten no response. But yeah, not good vibes here. In regards to like, just because I tried to show them my work and show them that I'm a content creator, not good vibes here that I'm getting. It could be just a misunderstanding, but not good vibes here. So, but fun panel, fun people as far as the audience. The audience is awesome. But I question the people who run the panel. I really do. Because I think this could use a lot of improvement. I think that there should be a general Monster Love panel that is just not like about promoting books from certain authors only. There should be something that's more welcoming and more diverse. And it should be welcoming in terms of like networking and stuff like that. The door shouldn't be like so closed like that. It shouldn't be so closed off. But that's my opinion. Probably get myself into hot water one day. Talk about that. I don't know when I get myself into a little bit of stir talking about that. But yeah, I still love the panel. I'd still go to the panel. Still love the panel. I'd still go to the panel. Not saying that I wouldn't go, but I'm just saying that I'm aware now and I gotta tell other people and get the word out so that they don't go through the same thing that if you promote your work and you're a small artist and you tell them that you're a small artist, you tell them if you're a content creator, they're gonna view that as unsolicited material. It's basically the mindset of I didn't ask to see your work, therefore you can't show me your work or we're gonna have a problem. I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, for real, I just want to casually show you my work. Like, just casually, like you're a normal person, like a normal person. Like a normal person. I mean, if it was a big celebrity, I could see them being snobbish, but they're just a bunch of published authors. They're not big celebrities. So I was really turned off by that, and I definitely have soured towards this panel overall because of it. I've soured like a lot. I love the discussions though. I love the audience. I mean, I'd still go to the panel, and the audience is important because the audience from this panel is receptive to me and my work. They're receptive to me, but the panelists are not. Yeah, a lot of people do frown upon self-promotion, so it can be tough because a lot of people do frown upon it. But basically, you walked away realizing, like, oh my gosh, this is not a Monster Love panel so much. It's about I'm an author who writes monster stories, and I'm only here to promote my work, and everybody else, go away. I'm only here to interact with my fans. Everybody else, go away. You're a conflict of interest, go away, or something. I don't know. Yeah, so that's the kind of vibe that I got. Not good. Negative experience with Dragoncon, the first negative experience I've had indirectly through my content partner, because I told my content partner to do that, so first negative experience I've had with Dragoncon. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I just basically, I was disappointed because I was on the phone, I was listening in, and when I was hearing, I was questioning what I was hearing. They just seemed to give like a bunch of, I don't want to call it back talk, not necessarily back talk, but I don't want to call it back talk, but it just seemed like they were being like, they were kind of shutting, it just seems like they were kind of shutting us down. It just seemed like they were kind of shutting us down. Like we were, like I told my content partner, like, hey, they said that they would be willing to talk to the audience. Why don't you show them my work and see what they think of it? Just see if they like it or if they would, I mean, of course, deep down inside, my hope would be that a celebrity or somebody more prominent would tweet about me or post about me, and then I would grow and get like a ton of followers. That's something I learned about in marketing, I mean, that's never happened. But they just like shut it down. I mean, at least they were straightforward and spoke their mind. Like, I like somebody who's straightforward, no bullshit. But still, like, I've never really dealt with that. Like, that type of negative energy that I got tonight from the panelists, like, I've never dealt with that. Like, a lot of celebrities, a lot of public figures have actually been showing my comic strip. In fact, the one guy who was really interested in there was one guy who was really interested in my work who was a prominent figure. I mean, he is a prominent figure still. The guy who, I think the guy who's the director of Evil Dead, that guy, he really liked my work and he wanted to know my legal name. Sam Remy. Okay. Sam Remy really loved it. The same comic strip that was shown to these Blinking Bees, these panelists. Sam Remy really loved that comic strip and actually wanted to know my legal name. And I was thinking that, oh my god, Sam Remy's gonna contact me. You know, so I've actually had a lot of really good reactions to that comic strip. And for them to react like that, you know, from what I've been told, for them to react like that is just like really? Like, I'm completely puzzled. And these are authors that write monster love literature, but it's about the money. You know, it seems like it's about the money. Your heart's not really, you know, is your heart really in it? You know, is it about the money? Is it about the money? You're just trying to, like, are you trying to, you know, it's just like, it just seems like, are we trying to, like, just milk an audience for money here? Is it really, like, what, is your heart really in it? Are you really actually passionate about what you do? If you're going to treat a small creator like that, like, shut a small creator out like that does something that's actually, like, I do good work, you know, and then I've had a prominent person tell me that I do good work, like a prominent person in the horror genre tell me that I do good work, and then to get shut out like that by some authors who are in the monster love genre, like, yeah, it's like you're shutting me out because it's like, it's about you and your work, and maybe it's about the money. Like, is your heart really in it? Are you really that passionate about it? Because why would you shut out somebody who has good work, a legitimate creation? Like, why would you shut me out like that? It's like, it seems like I got shut out. That's what it felt like. It felt like I got shut out. Like I said, again, this might be a big misunderstanding, I don't know, but, like, I felt like I got shut out, you know? It's like, I thought that was kind of uncalled for because, like I mentioned that I heard that Sam Remy had a really good reaction to my comic strip and actually wanted to know my legal name, and I thought I was going to get contacted by Sam Remy. I mean, like, I know that I'm legitimate as an artist. I know that I'm valid and that I'm legitimate as an artist, and I'm not going to let that negative experience invalidate me and make me feel less as an artist. In fact, I'm better than that. I'm better than this. I'm better than this negative experience. If anything, it makes me want to grow in prominence and be even more, like, it makes me want to be even more out there with my work and grow in prominence even more. In fact, I would love to start my own panel. I would like to start my own Monster Love panel because I just don't think that's cool. That's not cool to me. That's not what a Monster Love panel should be. And yeah, I mean, I would go as far to say as I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's okay. It's not cool. It's just, I would go as far as to say as I think it's not appropriate, but I know that they would think the other way around. Well, it's not appropriate that you showed me your unsolicited material. Your unsolicited work. I didn't ask to see your work, therefore, if you show me your work, we're gonna have a problem. Yeah, I don't like that. That's not what I'm about. I can't stand people who are pretentious like that. I cannot stand that attitude. I can't stand assholes. Also, like, these contracts that have a liability, that have, like, if you, like, show so-and-so your work that's a celebrity, there's a liability where, like, they might get served because you didn't go for their agent before showing them your work. And it's like, I'm not trying to pitch anything to you. I'm just trying to show you my work casually and ask you what's your reactions to it. But it's not because I want to do a business dealing. It's because It's because I just want to have a casual interaction. I'm not trying to do a business dealing with you. I'm not trying to do a freaking business dealing with you. It's just a casual interaction. You can't have a casual interaction with some people because they're too good for that and you're a peasant. You're nothing. To some people, you're a peasant, you're nothing. It's like, don't talk to me unless you have $1 million. I cannot stand that. I cannot stand those kind of people. And these are published offers. They're not like celebrities. You're not celebrities. You're just some published offers in the monster love genre. Gosh, you're not some celebrities. You're not like famous. You're not famous. You're not celebrities. I don't even know who you are. Like, what the hell, man? It's like, it's so not cool. Really not cool. Based on what I was told, based on what I heard, I didn't see any evidence of anyone cringing or scoffing. This is just what I was told by my content partner. I mean, they have like lots of people going to this panel, so this panel's already like packed. A lot of people, you know. This just makes me want to start my own panel. I would like to start my own. The problem is I can't even get to Dragoncon. I can't even get to Dragoncon, but it just makes me want to start my own Monster panel. It makes me want to start my own panels, because like, I want to like start something. I want to have an inclusive community where we can discuss, where we can feel free to discuss, we can feel free to network, we can feel free to like promoter, where I want to have something where, you know, it makes me want to start my own panel if I could. It makes me want to start another panel, because like a competing panel, yes, because this panel is just, there's something wrong here. I shouldn't have, it shouldn't be like this. I cannot stand the pretentiousness. I mean, like, you know, if you're gonna have a problem with people promoting their work or showing their work or whatever, you're gonna have a problem with that, say it. Make yourself look bad. You say it and make yourself look bad. I don't care if it makes you look bad, say it. Cause I need to know, cause some people need to know. Like, we need to know, just say it. Like, if you have a problem with it, just say it. Just say it, that it's a rule, that you can't do it, just say it. No self-promotion, just say it. It's a rule, just be straight up with it. Just say that, so that I don't have to go through this, so that somebody else doesn't have to go through the same thing. It's like none of these authors that were here, I would never buy their books. I would never buy their books based on my experience with them. I wasn't even wanting to buy their books to begin with, because I'm not really a person that reads, okay, to begin with. I mean, I like to take the monster fantasy out of the book. I like to take it out of the book. I like to do cosplay. I like to do roleplay. I like to take it out of the book, okay? I like to take it out of the book, and I see why that would be a conflicting, competing interest, because the books are where the money is, and you want to keep people in the book. Okay, I get it. I could see why it's a competing interest, and I kind of see why the negative reaction, because I'm here taking it out of the book. But like, did I really think that was going to be a problem? Did I think that was actually seriously going to be a problem? You think that people are actually, like people would actually stop buying Monster Love books because I'm here like doing a roleplay, a cosplay of, you know, and I'm here doing VR and music and all kinds of other stuff. Like, people would really stop buying Monster Love books? Like, give me a break. That's like saying, like, that's like having, that's like saying that movies are bad because I write books either. I'm sure there was some people when movies were coming up being like, oh my god, my book's not gonna sell because of movies. People prefer to watch movies and not read. It's like people who, probably there was a lot of people who were not happy when movies came out. Probably a lot of authors that were not happy. I'm just basing this on what I was told, and on the phone I remember hearing this girl go on about, I'm afraid of getting sued. I've been sued before. Just because my content partner shows my work to you, like, what? We're just trying to have a casual interaction here. I get that you're a published author, but you're not a celebrity. it's like, you're not a celebrity. It's like, you're not, what are you, like Tom Cruise or something? What are you, like a billionaire or something? My god, you can't talk to a peasant? Like, what, like, oh yeah, I'm a peasant, so you can't see my work? Like, you can't, like, oh, it's a liability, see my work because I'm a peasant. I mean, I get if that's in the actual contract that you signed as a writer, I get it. But there's nicer ways to go about it. You don't have to, like, you don't have to make me feel like I'm being shut out. Like, there's nicer ways to go about it other than making me feel like shit. Other than shutting me out. There are other ways to go about it that are a lot nicer other than just making me feel like I don't want to talk to you. Like, making me personally feel like I don't want to talk to you ever again. I just don't like the way they went about it. I mean, it would be one thing if it was just like, oh, I'm afraid of getting sued, I don't want to get sued. It'd be one thing if it was just that, but I heard the icing on top of the cake is like one of them cringe, so I'm like, really? That's so rude. And like, yeah, you think you can get away with it because you're some big author or something, so yeah, you can get away. You can be an a-hole, you can be a total dick and get away with it because you're author. You could be total like, you could be like a total, yeah, you know, total, I'm on TikTok, so I have to watch it. You think you get you get away with it, maybe that's always the way you meant, I mean, there's nicer ways to go about it, like, you don't have to be like that. I mean, I do like people who are straightforward and straight shooters, but I wasn't expecting that from, like, someone who's doing a Monster Love panel and someone who's writing Monster Love books. Like, I was not expecting that. That totally caught me off guard. Foot Beast Army, yeah, that's right, I got my army out. I'm better than them. I'm better than that. I got my army, I'm better than that. Huge disappointment. Huge disappointment. Yeah, I mean, it's like their work is so important, they feel like they gotta crush small artists. They feel like they gotta crush anyone else. Their work is like that important. Wait, you're that important where you gotta crush anybody else who's trying to come up in the same genre. It's like, oh my god, that's my corner. Don't take it away. It's like, you didn't even invent. What you think you invented, Monster Love? Is it your copyright? Is it like your, like, that whole thing started with pre-code horror comics, and, like, very old literature, by the way, like, very old literature and horror movies, that started, like, long before, like, anyone has recently started writing books. I mean, like, I think that, like, that Monster Love as a genre, I think that belongs to Monster Romance, that belongs to everybody. It's a genre that belongs to everybody. You don't own that, like, they think they own that space or something, like, you own that space, like, you got your spot in the panel, so you, like, own the space or something. Well, it's a panel to promote their work. It's like a marketing ploy, basically. It's, like, to promote their work, but yeah, if I got told otherwise, I'd be telling a different story. I had a very brief conversation with my content partner about this, and I was on the call, but I had gotten disconnected due to bad signal, so I don't know if I have the entire story, but it just, yeah. I mean, he told me they didn't like it. He told me that the last conversation we had. I'm like, alright, they didn't like it, you know? All I can do is just go by what I'm being told. They didn't like it. I, like, couldn't believe it, because I thought they were gonna like it. I couldn't believe it, that they didn't like it. At least they're being a straight shooter. They're not, like, but it's just like, he waited in that line just to be told that, just to be just, it's like, he waited in that line just for that. It's like, can you imagine, like meet and greets, like, some celebrities having fans wait in line for hours just for them to treat their fans like that. Yeah, I have a huge problem with that. It's not cool. It just doesn't feel very welcoming. It's very pretentious, just doesn't feel very welcoming. I mean, it might have been this year's panelists. It might have just been a thing about this year's panelists. It might have been a problem with just this year's panelists, you know. It might not always be the same panelists, so it might have just been this year's panelists may have had an issue with it. But I would surmise that in general that they're going to have an issue with unsolicited work. I would surmise in general that that's going to be a problem. Like, you promoting yourself as an artist, you even saying that you're a Monster Love creator, like you're a fellow Monster Love creator, is going to be a problem because it's all business, it's all transactional. You're going to be seen as a conflict of interest. It's so corporate. I don't know, I just feel like I can't be nice about this. I can't be nice about this stuff because I feel very passionate about, I feel very, very passionate about, like, my stance on, like, letting, like, yeah, just trying to not be, you know, being nice to people, being kind to people, you know, I'm very passionate about, like, being empathetic, being nice, being kind to people. I'm very passionate about that. So that's why I'm so impassioned about this, because it's like, you're not being very nice. You're being rude, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's like, I feel like that was rude, and I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. So, and I am very passionate about my stance on this. And not to mention, someone on TikTok said it was very unprofessional too, and rude. Yeah, on the other hand, I like that they were honest and didn't, like, just tell me what I want to hear or some shit. Like, I like that though, that they are honest and, like, didn't just tell me what I want to hear. But I don't know, you know, even if you want to just be honest about how you feel and just be a straight shooter, I feel like there's a nicer way to go about it than, like, cringing. You know, there's a nicer way to go about it than cringing, or just, you know, there's a nicer way to go about it. I did hear someone say I'm going to show it to everybody, so I don't know if that was one of the panelists or not, but based on what I was told, I can't. Based on what I was told, I would think not, because, like, all I heard was, like, oh, I'm afraid of getting sued, I've been sued before. And then I hear, like, the main thing I heard was, like, the panelists go on about, like, when the panelists go on about, I'm going to get sued. I mean, that was like, I was like, what? Just because, like, I want to have a casual conversation and show you my work, not because I want to do a business transaction with you, just because I want to talk about how I'm a fellow artist and how I'm a fellow creator, like, casually. Like, it's not like a business transaction. I'm not trying to pitch you my school. And because it was a comic strip, you know, it made it look like, oh, they probably thought that I was trying to pitch, like, a script for their book or something weird like that. Like, that was not, yeah. And it's my work too. I wouldn't want that. It's like, oh. Yeah, I just thought that was not cool. I mean, and my comic has circulated around to some bigger celebrities, like Sam Raimi's bigger than them by a long shot, you know, and I've never had anyone like say like, oh, I can't look at this because of my contract, because of liability. Like, I've never had anybody bring that up. I know if I start working on anything to do with unemployment insurance, it's not going to save my progress and it's just going to boot me out. But I have two things going on. I have something going on Patreon and then I have something going on with my unemployment benefits. I have two things going on, but it is 1 in the morning. Gosh, I was more into setting up this stream. But I think it's understandable. But I had to talk about that negative experience because I just wanted to, like, document my feelings on it and how I felt. I just wanted to document it right away so that when I talk about it in the future that, like, I don't, like, I'm really, what happened? Because I know I'm going to forget about it. So I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to forget about it, but I'm just trying to capture it in the moment when I have the details, when my memory is the sharpest as to what was said, as to what was done. It's a negative experience indirectly. It's indirect because I wasn't even there. It's indirect. Like I said, the audience members for that panel, I know there's plenty of receptive people who are into my work. The audience members receive me and my work well. But it's the panelists that are like, what the heck is this? It's like somebody said, like, what the hell is this shit? I mean, yeah, I mean, like, some people are going to do that. Some people are going to say that. I get it. But you're supposed, I wouldn't expect that from, like, a professional. Like, you guys, like publish offers. Like, you all are supposed to be, like, I would expect, like, a little more professionalism out of a published offer. I get, like, somebody out on the street saying that, like, somebody out in public. Or somebody out in public, like, having a freak, like, hey, don't shove that in my face. Like, I get, like, somebody being like, oh, don't shove that in my face, like, out on the street, out in public, but for, like, somebody who, published offers, like, expect, like, a little more professionalism and decorum here, like, a little more professionalism and decorum is expected, it's just, yeah, I'm really puzzled. I'm still trying to process this, trying to make, well, I guess to accept, but some people are just snobbish and pretentious and, some people are just like that, it's like, I get it. Some people are just like that. But I'm disappointed because it was a Monster Love panel. I'm disappointed, and one of the only ones. There isn't really any Monster Love panels that are Monster Romance panels. There isn't. That is like one of the only ones. That is the only one that I know of, and that can't be right. They're very obscure and they have their little corner, and that can't be right. I could do better than that. I saw that in that panel. They just kept talking about their books, their books, their books, their books, their books. They just kept talking about books, 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 books. I mean, I was like, you know, I could do better than this, other than just talk about books, books, books. And I was like, oh, it's about promoting your books. The whole panel is about your books and your work. And no wonder why you don't want a small creator shoving their work in your face. That's exactly why. I mean, like, when I first started having my content creator go to Blinking Beasties panel, I thought that it would be like a networking opportunity. Oh my god. Oh man. It's so cold, it's so cold. Oh my god, it's so cold. They're so cold. It's so like, I don't want to say hostile, but yeah, that's kind of vibes. Like almost kind of hostile, especially if like one of the panelists actually were cringing. Like if that's actually true, oh my god, like that is ridiculous. That is just really inappropriate. I would expect a little more decorum from some published authors. Really disappointing. I don't think I would ever buy a Monster Love book from any author, really, because if we're talking like 3 of them or more are like that, they're probably all like that. Probably a lot of them are like that, so I don't think I would ever because if a handful of them are like that, there's probably more that are like that. Maybe, I don't know. I can't say they're all bad, but I don't know. This is not good. This is definitely not good. I don't even really read books. Okay, I'm not really like. I like more of audiobooks or like just I don't know. I don't like to sit there and fantasize about something. I like to take action on it. That's why I do this roleplay. That's why I do the cosplay, because I'm trying to make the fantasy into reality and not like just keep it a fantasy. You know, but those people who are in the book crowd, they want to just. It's like they want to just keep it a fantasy. Yeah, it's like they don't even want to make it come true. They want it to just only be a fantasy and just stay that way. Like, that's just... Wait, what? Like, if you really want it that badly, wouldn't you try to make it come true if you really wanted it that badly? Like, if you really wanted it to happen? I don't know. Oh, alright. I was gonna be streaming to get some things done, but I'm so tired I don't even wanna, like, I gotta walk out anyways. I would rather eat some sugar at this point. Oh, I got somebody on TikTok that they joined and left. I guess, I don't know. I mean, overall, Dragoncon is a great convention. I want to go one day. Overall, the experience is positive. Overall, in the years that I've been involved with Dragoncon indirectly, overall, my experience has been positive. Overall, it's been positive. So this is not, I'm not trying to throw shade at like the whole convention or whatever. Am I throwing shade at the Boinking DC's panel? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really want to because I was like, oh, I love this panel. I love that it's about Monstula, but until I had this one experience, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it's time to start throwing some shade because this is like time to start disrespecting, time to start throwing some shade because like this is not cool. If this is what really went down, and also I heard this woman like ranting about I'm afraid of being sued, I'm afraid of being sued. It's like, what? I mean, my intent was just to show my work, and as I heard the conversation with my content partner, I heard how he approached it. He wasn't trying to pitch my comic strip to them as like a business dealing or whatever, or as like, I'll put it in your book or whatever. No, that's what's going down. Like, my God. I mean, I really didn't want to, do this because it's such a cool panel overall. I love the subjects that are discussed, and I love anything that's about Monster Love. I really didn't want to do this, I really didn't want to be throwing shade on it, but if I have to, I have a negative experience and it's personal now, so I have to call it out. It's personal. I have a negative experience, it's personal now, so I have to call it out because it's personal. Now it's personal. It's like, things just got kind of personal. This is not cool. I just think this was not cool. I understand they're being straightforward, but if you don't like something, there's something called constructive criticism. There's something called constructive criticism. Y'all like something, there's a better way to go about it. Yeah, I can't stand certain celebrities that are like this. If a celebrity is like this, I'm not a fan of you. Like, any celebrities are like this, I'm automatically not a fan. Like, I'm really principled about being nice to your fans, treating your fans nicely. And you don't get a pass just because your work is great. You're not gonna get a pass on that. And I know that Peter Steele was like really nice to a lot of his fans, and that's what I really love about him. And I've heard really great fan stories of Peter Steele, and I've heard that like he'll sign anything, even like stuff that's like stuff that's of the vampire genre that has nothing to do with him. I heard that he would still sign it, and that's what I really love about Peter Steele. And also I've met Nikki Sixx before, I met Tommy Lee before. They're all nice to their fans and all have great decorum and stuff, all very, very nice, and I'm very principled about that, and I'm very much like somebody who's like not gonna be, but these people weren't my heroes. They were just, I know they say never meet your heroes. These people were never my heroes. They're just published authors. I didn't even know who they were. Like, I didn't even know who they were. So like, because I didn't even know who they were like published authors. I don't even know who they are really. But I love that they're speaking on behalf of the panel, they're the panelists, so they're reflecting negatively on the panel as a whole, because now my feelings have changed about the panel as a whole. Like, my feelings as a whole about that panel have changed. It's because of the panelists. Just because of the panelists. Like, for real. Although I like the subjects that are discussed, I like anything having to do with Monster Love, and the crowd is, I'd say the best thing about the Blinking Beasties panel is the crowd. The crowd is awesome. The crowd is awesome. Like, the Monster Love people, the Monster Love community, like, they're awesome. But these are just a few people who are, like, not so nice, you know. These are a few people that are just, you know, maybe they come kind of mean, you know, kind of pretentious, have a chip on their shoulder. You know, so that wouldn't affect my feelings about the Monster Love community as a whole. And there's probably a lot of nice authors out there who are not like this. But yeah, I know these authors, I want to take note of like who they are and like make sure that I'm not going to buy any of their material or anything like that. I feel like I should know who these people are. But I think maybe one of them said they had a good reaction, so I'll show it to everybody. But I'm not sure if that was, like, I get the feeling that wasn't a panelist, that was somebody else. Because as far as I knew, the panelist had a negative reaction, or just, like, you know. I mean, I get the liability and the contract thing, that I don't want to get soothing, but for somebody to scoff, and I don't know who scoffed, for somebody to cringe, like, that's a whole nother way. That's what really got me angry, is hearing that someone scoffed. That's what got me feeling really emotional and passionate about this, and like wanting to do a rant. Like, hearing that someone actually cringed or like scoffed, that's like really, like, that made me go like, whoa, like, that made me go like, whoa, that really took me back. And then I realized this is a cold, calculated marketing campaign for their books. And now my entire opinion about the panel as a whole has changed because of that. But, I mean, the audience is great. The subjects discussed are great. The audience is great, though. The audience is the best part about the panel, because I know that it was kind of annoying that they just kept going on and on and on and on and on about their books and books and books and books. And I know it's a fantasy literature panel, but I think it's something that should be so much more. I think they should be more diverse. Talk about movies. Don't just keep it about books. Talk about it in general, like, and give attention to like small creators or small artists within the space. You know, expand the space. Talk about movies to like expand it. Don't just keep it confined to books. And that's the main issue that I have with it, is that they're just keeping it confined to like books only. And I see an issue with that. You know, I think you go a lot better than that. And I mean, they have this one website. I don't know if I should say it because it's an like 18 plus, like, adult website. But I mean, that was the only other thing aside from the books. This was that one website that had like a deal with them or something. Yeah. It's disappointing. You do better. I think the Blinking Beasties panel at Dragoncon could be better than that. It's just kind of disappointing. It's disappointing, really. It's disappointing. In some ways, it's disappointing. I mean, they did talk about the Disney Beauty and the Beast movie, which was good, but it's like, come on. Really? Like, there's better, like, okay, like, that's one thing, you know, but there's more movies that could be talked about, or just what I have an issue is, give the time of day to small artists, like, give the time of day to, like, network, make it welcoming, like, come on. Don't have this, like, attitude, you know? They had this, like, I get the vibe that they had this, like, attitude, or they had this preset agenda, like, come on, man. I mean, they did let, like, the audience have Q&A, that's good. I mean, but I just think it could be better. I just think that the Blinking Beasties panel could be improved so much. I just really think that it could be improved in so many different ways. And I hope I don't have to pay for the fact that I put this out there one day, because I really did not want to throw shade on this panel or have to criticize this panel like this. I really didn't want to. But I wanted to like this panel so much. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a Monster Love panel, and it's one of the only ones that I know of at a convention, because it's just so hard to find, and I'm disappointed now, and I wanted to really love this panel. I really wanted to like this panel more. I really wanted to love this panel, like, a lot more. I really wanted to, but I am disappointed by this negative experience. Disappointed, and I wanted to love this panel. I wanted to like this panel a lot more, but they just need to improve. And I'll love it again, you know, if they need to improve. be fine with it. There would be no issue. But the audience is still fantastic. I would still go. The audience is fantastic. I would still show up. The audience is fantastic. I have no issue with the audience, but I'm a little hesitant to like actually. I mean, if I ever go to Dragoncon, some part of me is like a little hesitant because of this negative experience, but hopefully I put it behind me. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe if they have different panelists there every year, maybe somebody will come there that will be a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna sign off now because there's no point in streaming because nobody's gonna come in. And I think I've already showed all the footage for Dragoncon, so I'm gonna hop off of here. I do have things to do, but I maybe could start out by doing one thing. I mean, it's so late. Oh, I have to go to bed early tomorrow. Yeah, because I have a meeting on Tuesday afternoon. I have to go to bed early tomorrow. Shit. So I have to do something because I have to go to bed early tomorrow. I have to do something. Oh god, this is like, I guess anything to do with unemployment insurance, I'm probably gonna have to do that later this week. Crap, I'm probably gonna have to do that later this week. But I'm putting it down to like the last minute here if I do that, but I guess, I don't know. Oh, this is so frustrating. But I'll be signing off because I have some things that are in there. I have things to get done. Will I get them done? I don't know. I don't know anymore.